Roman Rudin's Strange Occurrence in the Region of the Heart. Today we're looking at and reading A Turkish Middlegame. So this is class preparation, part one. It's a slightly longer short story than we're used to, so we'll probably do it in at least two different parts. So previously we have read some of his other stories. They are listed here. And this week, of course, it's A Turkish Middlegame. So we're probably looking at this for the most of the week. Here we go. So there's approximately 5 openings. So let's have a look at them. There's this one here. Next page being this one. This number 2. 3 is this one. 4. And finally the 5th. Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. So, and in the title it has this word middle game. It has been at least suggested that this may refer to chess, in that chess has opening gambits. Another part of the game could be referred to as the middle game, of course. Here we go. So, a Turkish middle game. When the Mediterranean Riviera moved further eastwards to the southern shores of Turkey, I like to be there in the spring, arriving with my family, each time spending more and more time far from home. Not much more than 2 weeks would pass by, with me doing nothing except playing sport, before something worthy of note happened. On this occasion, everything occurred sooner. The day after we arrived, I met a well-known writer who made me promise not to divulge his true identity. He was sitting on a beach and looking intently at the sea, when my daughter went up to him and started staring at him, as if she recognized him before I did. "What's your name?" he asked her. She couldn't say, and I didn't help her with an answer. Then he told her his name, and was about to get up to leave when he suddenly recognized me, and we started talking about the sea, the wind, the approaching night. Then he rose, and I, picking up Eva, walked beside him, since the road was quite wide. "Well, now I have to turn right, and you will have to go much farther on," he told me. "Yes," I replied, and he set off. What a meeting! Who would have believed it? I followed him with my eyes. "Why don't we accompany you?" "All right, why not?" And following him, we turned down a narrower path. "Well, I read a collection of your remarkable poems," he said. I wasn't surprised. Why wouldn't he have known my poems? However, they were written so long ago that when I did occasionally hear them, some place or other, I seriously doubted whether I'd actually written them. "Even very remarkable, but aren't they just templates for your future novels?" "Yes, one day I'd like to write the kind of prose which is just as colourful as music, and where the words would equate to the number of tickets bought. Thank you for your kind quote. You really do love literature, don't you?" Yes, The way people love what is becoming more illusory every day. I imagine you are more interested in the 19th century than the one just past. You're right. Everything Russian was written then. What about the poetry of the Silver Age? Even some Nobel laureates were geniuses of the short form. I confess I'm not a fan of poetry. Since I published my collection, I haven't been reading other poems. As far as the Nobel laureates are concerned, the list shows a tendency towards the grand politics of the past. You can hardly find Tolstoy and Chekhov amongst those showered with dynamite gold, can you? My daughter had fallen asleep to the measured rocking of my steps, her arms around my neck and her head resting comfortably on my shoulder. The path was getting narrower. My interlocutor was now walking ahead of me. Long cedar needles were gently brushing my hair, getting through to the skin and giving me goose pimples. Sometimes the needles got into little Eva's hair, and their tickling made her giggle in her sleep. Well, you've set the boundaries for yourself quite narrowly. Is it worth keeping such a tight rein on our brothers, though? The enthusiast of long epic prose will be hard-pressed to find 10 great novels written by writers born in the 20th century, even if chosen very indulgently. All the same, our craft is a rare one, and the muses have largely moved on to rock and roll and cinematography.